Hello and welcome to studytheged.com and adulthomeeducation.com. You can call us, you can text us, you can email us. Remember, this is a recording, but we give live online classes. That means you get a link in your email, you click on the link, you go into a live online class where there's a teacher waiting for you and working with you in real time on the board. So, a lot of us have been out of school for a long time, and we forget all this stuff because how many of us use division every day? I mean, well, some of us do, but you just don't do it very often. So we're going to review division, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the different symbols. This is a division symbol, this is a division symbol, and believe it or not, and I didn't even find this out until I was probably in my 30s. Isn't that crazy? That this is also a division symbol. That's right. Fractions are nothing but division. It's crazy, isn't it? So even though this is still a fraction, but it's division. So here we go. And I want to talk about 6 divided by 3 is what? Well, we know that that is 2. And I just wanted to say that division is the opposite of multiplication. And many of us didn't even get a chance to learn our multiplication tables properly. So we do have a multiplication cheat sheet on studytheged.com underneath the Pre-GED tab. So if you want to look at that cheat sheet and practice your multiplication, that is great. So this is the same as 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Well, 3 times what is 6? You got it. 3 times 2. This is also a multiplication symbol, and many of us who have not gotten into algebra yet may not know that this is a times symbol. But so is this little dot. And the reason being is when you start to get into algebra and you start seeing, x times something, like times 4 or something like that. Well, if you put an x here, this looks like 2 x's. So they had to come up with something different, right? So they did x times. That's supposed to be a dot. Equals 16, and then we have to figure out what x is, and that's kind of the beginning algebra problem, so we're not going to do that yet. So let's go back to division. So 6 divided by 3, what does that really mean? That means that we've got 6 of these nice square chocolate bars. How does that sound? Because I love chocolate and I'm always eating too much chocolate. So let's take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolate bars. And we have 3 wonderful smiling adults here. And drawing with my pen. And we need to split these chocolate bars between the 3 people that are driving in the car on their trip somewhere, and they want to split the chocolate bars. Well, we divide them. So 1 chocolate bar goes here, 1 chocolate bar goes here, 1 chocolate bar goes here, and then another one goes here, and another one goes here, and another one goes here. So each person gets 2 chocolate bars. And that's what dividing is. That's all it is. So we're making sure that everybody gets the same evenly. Now, as I say that, you can divide anything, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can divide everything evenly. And that's what you want to do, is divide everything evenly. Because we're not talking about percents or decimals right now. So we don't want a decimal answer. We want an even answer. We want a whole number or a natural number answer. And we're not dealing with negative numbers or anything like that. So 6 divided by 3, you got it, equals 2. So we put a 2 here, and we can put a 2 here because we know 3 times 2 equals 6. And that's how we check our answers, too. If we come up with 2 as an answer, all we have to do is switch this equal sign to a times and switch the division. And if this is a right answer, 2 times 3 equals 6, then we know that our division is correct. So that's why it's so cool, right? Because division is the opposite of multiplication. Now here we were asking, how many times does 3 go into 6? 6 divided by 3. How many times does 3 go into 6? It goes in 2 times. How do we check that answer? You got it. Put a little times here. We don't even, kind of, and if 2 times 3, and I hope that didn't look like a plus. See, this is what I mean sometimes with the thing. Let's look at this. Let's do it this way. 2 times 3 equals 6. Then we know we have the right answer. If this one times this one equals 6. And what's the answer to a division problem? It's called a quotient. And we never really use that word, But it's nice to know. So here we go with, and we're not going to do fractions today in this video anyway. Here we go with 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Except for in this problem, we don't really call this, because it's a fraction, we would call this simplifying. We would call it simplifying a fraction. So if somebody says to you, simplify the fraction 6 over 3, the answer would be 2. And when we start getting more into fractions, or if you take a fractions class with us, then we'll talk about that more. And we do have other fraction videos on the site, so you can take a look at that. And that's under Adult Home Study, because we also have adulthomestudy.com. Okay, so now we're going to go to the video that is going to be called Reviewing Division Pre-GED Slide 2, or we'll call it Class 2, or Video 2. Anyway, don't forget to call us if you want to take classes. The minimum amount is $35 a month. You can pay as you go, meaning you can take classes 1 month, and the next month you don't have to take classes. And $35 is for all classes are recorded. And yes, you can review and watch the recordings for free afterwards. And that gives you 120 minutes worth of class. And if you spend $60 in a month, or you can use that up in 3 months, that will give you 250 minutes of class time. And if you spend $110, that will give you all recorded classes and 500 minutes of class time. Now, you can take as much as you want. You can have a class once a week for 40 minutes. You can have 4 classes a week for 40 minutes. And you just use the minutes that you've bought. So it's really easy. And as I said, it's pay as you go. So you only have to pay what you've got. So you don't owe money to anybody, and you get to study, and you get to study at home. No gas to get to class. It's great. So thank you for joining us at studytheged.com and adulthomeeducation.com, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.